We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
10 more there and another 1st down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first. Because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
A gain of a yard.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A 1st down run by Jones, not going to work out as he's hit and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And 7 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, Tua. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a toss right side for Breida. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On the move to his left. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, here's Breida. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Number 22.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Brady. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
Jones
calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the back.
Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On play action, now Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
McCann's kick up and good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all the problems either.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. They'll set up a screen for Breida. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
11 on the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Their own 1-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So after the INT, it's Brady looking downfield for Godwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 21-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
3rd and long.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11.
16.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 5. At the 28.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 55, mark, 55.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. And now here is another interception. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Dolphins 23, Buccaneers 5. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check, check. Flag down.
Now Tua. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 3rd down.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
37-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
Now Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
From midfield, here's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Check, 59, 59.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Let's go. You tighten up. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll go again to Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here we go on fourth down now with Brady. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
On downs.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking to pass. Tua. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Pickup brings up second and 4.
What we got? 45.
They run again with Breida. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it's third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 45 is the mark.
Tua sets up to pass it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. But be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Sanders now to add the extra point. And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
The extra point.
Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
Makes the score Dolphins 35. Buccaneers 12.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This is Jakeem Grant. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He's brought down by
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey,
Here's Tua. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They go counter with Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now Breida on a toss left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Again, they'll throw with Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Ronald Jones, incomplete. He was covered by Noah.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield.